What if I told you there's a driver in the NASCAR Cup Series right now who has already made history twice, and he's just getting started? Stick around because this story is something else. And hey, real quick, if you're a true NASCAR fan like me, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the channel. NASCAR Nation News is just getting started. We're pushing for our next subscriber milestone, and it's all about real talk from fans who live this sport every single week. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about Shane van Gisbergen, the driver of the NUM 97 Chevrolet for Trackhouse Racing. And if you haven't been paying close attention to what this guy has been doing, you need to, because the resume here is genuinely jaw-dropping. Van Gisbergen is from Auckland, New Zealand, and before he ever turned a wheel in NASCAR, he was already one of the most decorated drivers on the planet. 3 Supercars Championships. 3. He won his first title in 2016, then followed it up with back-to-back championships in 2021 and 2022, all with 888 Race Engineering. But that's only part of the story. He also collected 80 wins and 48 pole positions in the series. Those numbers make him the 4th most successful driver in Supercars history. And then there's the Bathurst 1000, one of the most grueling endurance races in the world. Van Gisbergen won it in 2020, then again in 2022, and again in 2022, and again in 2023. So yeah, when Trackhouse brought him over through their Project 91 program, they weren't bringing in a driver who needed to figure things out. They were bringing over a proven world-class racing talent. But here's the thing. Nobody really knew how that success would translate to NASCAR. At first, nobody saw it coming. Then something unexpected happened. In 2023, Shane van Gisbergen made his NASCAR Cup Series debut at the Chicago Street Race. And he didn't just compete, he won on his very first start. Let that sink in for a second. His very first Cup Series race, Victory Lane. What happened next surprised everyone. Van Gisbergen became the first driver since Johnny Rutherford in 1963 to win his Cup Series debut. That's more than 60 years between those two moments. And just like that, his name was in the NASCAR history books. But he wasn't done yet. After that incredible debut, he spent 2024 as a Trackhouse development driver, running full-time in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. And he didn't coast through the season, not even close. He picked up 3 wins, then came 2025, his first full-time Cup Series season. Now, most rookies come into the Cup Series with one goal: survive, learn the tracks, stay out of trouble, build toward the future. However, there was one problem. Shane van Gisbergen isn't most rookies. He came in and won 5 races, 5 wins in a single rookie season. And that's when everything changed. Because 5 wins is the most ever by a rookie in NASCAR Cup Series history. That's not just impressive, that's historic. But wait, there's another number worth paying attention to. Van Gisbergen now has 6 career Cup Series victories. And those 6 wins make him the most successful driver in NASCAR history who was not born in the United States. Think about that for a moment. Think about all the international drivers who have come through NASCAR over the years. And now a driver from Auckland, New Zealand sits at the very top of that list. Heading into the 2026 season, Van Gisbergen continues in the number 97 Chevrolet for Trackhouse Racing. And based on everything we've seen so far, he brings what the team describes as a globally proven, relentlessly competitive edge every single time he gets behind the wheel. And honestly, that's not marketing language. That's just what the results show. So now the question becomes, what's next? With 5 rookie wins already under his belt and a track record like this, can Shane van Gisbergen compete for a NASCAR Cup Series championship in 2026? That's the question I want to leave you with today, and I genuinely want to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments below. Do you think SVG has what it takes to make a championship run? And if you enjoyed this breakdown, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to NASCAR Nation News, and come back for more real talk about the sport we love. We'll see you in the next one.